Welcome back to another Axel 72 video. Pleasure, as always, to be joined by Adam Smith. And Adam, would you say that's probably the most well-spoken of press conferences we've seen in a while?
I posted the handshake on social media and searched up, the music bit. I searched up for respect to Aretha Franklin as soon as I saw what happened. Yeah, it's brilliant. As a storyteller, sometimes you want a little bit more needle and spice, but often it's just good to have a calm environment. And the boys are, they're so up for this. It's a 50-50 fight. I can't pick it. Izzy can't pick it, even though Danny Quartermain's a GBM fighter. Jack Bateson's a really good boxer. He's jumping up in weight. He believes that's going to be great for him, that he will bring a bit more power. And Danny has just got great momentum this year. He's undefeated. He's awkward. He's unpredictable. He's been on the road, been up in Scotland this time, but he's been in the States before. Fabulous piece on him and Sugar Ray Leonard in Boxing News today. They're both intelligent guys. They're both really nice guys. And they're two super featherweights we can be really proud of. So, I like the fight a lot. I liked it when it was made. I love the respect today. And, Levi was a little bit edgy with Kez. That's happened in the last couple of weeks, I think. Kez has been noisy before, but I think, it's dawning now, last 48 hours, and fights are there to be won. A couple of crossroads fights, really, the main event and the chief support. So, really excited about it. And then just a sort of plethora of great prospects, protégés on the card who sell lots of tickets, who are exciting, different styles, different times in their career, really. Different ambitions. It's a fabulous night. It's been a great year for GBM. I think this is our 7th show, 7th of December. A couple of weeks to go till the big one out in Riyadh, and then we will have Christmas, and it's a great end to the year, isn't it?
And I mean, GBM's been unfortunate in their time with a lot of fighters pulling out of their fights, and shows happen to be rearranged and stuff like that. We see that again with Niall Berry as well, and also Arlo Stevens, and I believe a couple of other fights as well. And so, why do you think this is maybe a more common thing to be happening?
I think this is boxing. Ultimately, I've been in it for over 3 decades. Very rarely does a card or a 10 or 11 fight list that you're given 8-9 weeks before the event ever really happen. It's not like Liverpool are playing Newcastle and you're going to get 11 players on the pitch who play each other, and it doesn't matter who the 11 are because you've got squads. This is different, right? The main event sort of has to happen almost, or the chief support has to be good enough to become a main event. There's all sorts of toing and froing on the undercard or the early card because you're trying to find the right fights, and some fights, some journeymen have defeats and they cut and they can't fight, and one or two are on this show and that show, and it's hard. The matchmaker's probably got the toughest job in boxing. It's disappointing. It's disappointing for Razor Ali more than anyone. I swapped messages in with him earlier. He's devastated. He can't fight Niall Berry, but he had an injury in sparring. Something's going to keep him out for a while, unfortunately, and it's holds him back. But he'll be back. He's got to learn. Niall Berry has to come back from a defeat. He had that 1-round win, and he was looking forward to a big fight. But the show goes on, and he was so respectful to Izzy today. Thank you for keeping me on. He gets a payday before Christmas. He keeps his momentum going. Sometimes you have to adapt and move the card around. But I don't think it's anything that hasn't happened in boxing for many, many years. It's a sport that's, if you think about it, one athlete is training for 8 to 10 weeks for a fight. Anything could happen. You can get injured in any way, shape or form, really. You're pushing your body to the limit. It's probably amazing that there's not more injuries. And you're all hoping that the big fight happens, like Usyk and Fury, and the cut that Fury had, and now, we're 2 weeks and 2 days away from the rematch that everyone wants to see, and you're all hoping the last couple of spars are okay. You almost know the sort of week before you're okay because the spars are done. But this is worrying times for the promoters. But we're 2 days away, and we've got a great card on, and we're looking forward to a weigh-in tomorrow, and then a massive fight night live on DAZN. DAZN have been brilliant for us. The platform now. They've got everyone, Queensberry coming over, and obviously Eddie's been there for a long time now. So I miss my Sky friends and my colleagues, but they've got a good show next week with Boxer and Tasha Jonas, and we'll crack on DAZN and do the best we can for GBM.
And I have a couple of selfish questions for myself, I suppose. And you speak about the passion of the sport in which you have, and I feel like personally for myself, I'm got that kind of similar level. I'm watching boxing all the time, just like yourself, I'm sure, and things like that. And what kind of did start and what did get you into boxing originally?
Well, it's fantastic to see you week in, week out around the scene. It's dedication, that's the most important thing, and passion. Mix those two together. Alexander Usyk told me last week when I said to him, what is it about you? And he goes, it's 99% dedication and 1% talent. I disagree with him, but I get his point. He works harder than anyone else. And I think, it's great to see you do this. You always ask me really interesting questions. Look, to answer that, what got me into it, I was a sports fan since I remember how to walk, right? It was the first thing that just hooked me. It was football, it was cricket, it was boxing, it was tennis, it was darts, it was snooker, it didn't matter. I wanted to play them all. I was no good at them, or very average, B, C teams, and not very good on the hockey or on the snooker table. A bit better at pool, not bad at table tennis, but although Eddie beat me, so Eddie's infuriatingly good at sport. There's Clifton Mitchell's a good table tennis player, and also Shane McGuigan. Chess I can play, but no, the point is I wasn't very good at sport. I love watching it, and I turned the TV down and had a dictaphone, and I commentated from the age of 9, 10, and drove my dad, my stepmom, and mum mad with my endless sort of, before my voice had broken, pathetic commentaries on what was happening in Formula One, in the horse racing, in boxing. What got me into boxing was Hagler Hearns. Tommy Hearns, I love the gold trunks, I love the Kronk gym, there was something about it. I got to work with Emmanuel Stewart a lot, actually, during the Lennox Lewis years, so I was very appreciative of that. Him and Brendan Ingle, Freddie Roach, they taught me almost more than the fighters did, so it's very wise fellas, and I got a lot of experience from there, and loved that. So I think the Hearns Hagler fight got me in. I cried that night because Tommy was my hero. Barry McGuigan was my other hero, and I'm cheering him on in the jungle at the moment. Boxing just got me hooked, I think. And then I turned up to Eubank. I like Eubank through the university days, like Tyson. And then I got to Sky, and Vic Wakeling, who was head of sport at the time, said to me, what sports do you love? And I went on about football and cricket and all the others, and tennis, which is probably my favourite sport, don't tell anyone. But boxing, he liked boxing, and he said, Izzy, please wait. No, I need a lift. Izzy. No, just the station. Where's the sound go? Where are you going? Why are you leaving? Mitch will tell you. Mitch does everything. Mitch will clear this whole place out. It's Mitch Costello who does it all, by the way. Izzy's the front man. Mitch does all the work behind the scenes. It was Vic Wakeling at Sky gave me my opportunity. I mentioned that I'd been at the Riddick Bowe Evander Holyfield fight, their second fight, when the fan man came in. He said, you want to go on boxing? We've got one guy on boxing at the moment. We're about to do big stuff in boxing. I said, go on. I've never looked back. August 1994 opened my life to many wonderful things, and I wouldn't change anything.
Well, Adam, I won't keep you as you have to go, but I really appreciate your time as always, and thank you very much.
No problem. I'll see you soon.
Of course.